Welcome to lesson number 5, and this is going to be all about cutting tools and cutting tool assemblies and user representations and how to create them. So this is DELMIA Shop Floor Machining, and under the Setup tab we have the resource creation command. So you launch the command and you have different options as milling, drilling, stylus, lathe shanks, inserts, holders, and tool assemblies. And let's say we're going to create a simple end mill. You can give it a certain name. And you have this 3D tool appear with different dimensions that you can see here. You can change these dimensions in a couple of ways. You can just drag it just like that. Or you can simply change the numbers just like that. You can also change the values by going into the edit parameters section here. So the edit parameters, first of all, we have the geometry. So this is where all the dimensions are. You can change it to a corner stylus, either rounded, chamfer, different dimensions you see here, and the corresponding alphabets that kind of show up on what these are appearing on the screen here. And then we have the technology tab, where you can define the different, whether it's the right hand tool, left hand tool, machining quality, high-speed steel, different types of tooth material that you want to use here, and the corresponding values that you want to punch in. And then we have the feeds and speeds. So feeds and speeds, let's say we can have multiple profiles, cutting tool profiles for the same cutting tool, and this is where we store it. Now let's say you're machining steel and doing a face milling and doing a roughing operation. You just click on add, and here you have the profile for the steel material and the different options that you have here. Now let's say with the same cutting tool you're going to be machining aluminum and doing another operation and finishing, for instance. Click on add, and here you have the aluminum, and you can have different profiles defined for the operation with the same cutting tool for the aluminum. Likewise, let's say you're doing a Inconel, you're doing a different operation here, growing and super finishing, add, and you have another option that gets created. Then we have the compensation that you can define, the P1, P2 compensations, the character IDs, and that is something that will be taken care of in the post-processing phase. Attachments, so we have different attachments, the Kennametal HSK that you can actually pick from. Different kinds of holders here, you can add it, and then you can also change the color of the no cut and the cut zones as well. So once we say OK to this, so here a cutting tool is created under the tree, and in case if you want to edit it and make changes, you can just right click on it, NC Resources, Edit NC Resource, and you'll come back to where you were before. So the next step is to create a tool holder, and in order to create a tool holder, come back to the resource creation command, and then there's tool holders right here. And then there's a conical and a prismatic holder. We create a conical holder. By default, we get 2 steps. You can add different stages just by clicking on the plus sign on this stage pop-up here. And you can make modifications to the parameters just by dragging it, like you see here. And you can also do that by going to the parameters tab. And here you have the different parameters for the holder. Then we have the technology tab, nominal gauge and max gauge values that you can set. There's attachment, the machine side attachment, could be Kennametal or HSK. And then there's also workpiece side attachment that you can define. There's part body color you can define. Say OK to it, give it a certain name. Say OK, and the holder is created. If you want to make a change or alter it, you can come back to Edit and see Resources in 3D, and here you are. Now we have the cutting tool and the holder as 2 separate objects, and if you want to, we want to create an assembly. So go back to the resource creation command, and here there's tool assemblies. Select the tool assembly, and I'm going to create or actually search for the tool in the database. Clicking on the search tool in the database, or you can also create a search from the vendor's website or from a catalog as well. I'm really not going to search in the database because the tool is already in session, so I'm just going to select it from the tree. And just for the holder as well, I'm just going to pick the add holder, search, or as I mentioned earlier, it could also be searched from the vendor's website or from the catalog. So I'm going to select the database icon here, and not really required to search the database because it's already in session. So I'm just going to pick it from here, and that's the tool assembly. Okay, and I say OK to this, and the tool assembly is created. And you can make changes to that just by edit in 3D. And even here you have some parameters that you can edit. So the technology parameter, for instance, we have to give this tool number, which is very important. Each tool assembly must have a different unique tool number to avoid issues as you program it. And in fact, there's also a warning mechanism that pops up if you have the same tool number accidentally. There's feeds and speeds for the entire assembly. Similar to what we did for the cutting tool, you could define them here as well. And so on. Okay. Okay. Now, so we created a cutting tool, a holder, and then we assembled it. We can do this all in one step, and this is a much better way, I would say. So resource creation, I would straight away go to the tool assemblies. Instead of creating these components separately, I would just go to the tool assembly, create, let's say in this case, we will just create a drill. So I'll create a drill, and here are some values you can key in. Very similar to what we did before. You can change these by dragging these arrows here, or the numbers, or by going into the technology tab. You can make these changes there. And I would just, for now, just go with the default. And then I would actually create or add a holder. In this case, a conical holder. Again, number of stages, say OK to it. And here the assembly is already created. I don't have to go and create the assembly manually. It's created in just one step, and you can give it a certain name and so on. There's also a very powerful feature, which is the similar search. So the similar search, it automatically searches for similar cutting tool assemblies that you might have created in the past in the database, and that is something that you can actually reuse instead of recreating it. That saves a whole bunch of time as well. Say OK, and that's the assembly that was just created, the drill assembly. You can edit just by the contextual menu and making the changes as needed. So now let's add a user representation for the tool holder. So in order to do that, you just need to right click on the tool holder that you want to add the user representation for, go to NC Resources and Manage Representation. You will arrive at this particular panel. You can also arrive at this panel by doing so. If you go to the assembly, and if you do an edit NC resource on the assembly side, and if you come down to the tool holder, and here there's managed representations as well. So this is, as you're creating the tool assembly, you can also create the user representation or assign the user representation for the default holder. So this is the same panel we saw there. So anyway, going back here, you can do NC resource, manage representation. And now let's add a user representation. You'll get this panel. And now you have to search the database for the user representation that you might have downloaded from a vendor's website. So I'm going to select, and I'm going to search for HSK. And here is HSK. I'm just going to pick that particular holder. It's here, and it has to know where the base axis and the mount axis is. The base axis, obviously there, and the mount obviously on the machine side. So, and then when we say OK to this, and now if you go and do a edit NC resource on the assembly, you will get the assembled, the user representation as you can see here, which can be used for machining. So now that we have created cutting tools and assemblies and user representations, let's apply it on a particular part and create a process. So in order to do that, I'm just loading a part here, and I'm going to start the shop floor machining app, and I'm going to create a simple generic machine tool, go with the 3-axis, and I'm going to create a facing operation or a pocketing operation. I'm going to select the tool here, which is the assembly, and this is to select the tool in session or from the database or from a catalog. So I'm going to look for the cutting tool assembly in the catalog that we have saved in the past. One thing you need to make note of is on this tool search panel, make sure you have the right type of tool you're searching for. If you have it search for face mill and search for the catalog, you will find nothing. Like you see here, I have it under the face mill, and right now I don't have any tools in my catalog which is face mill. Now if you go back and change your option to mill and search for the catalog, here you'll find those cutting tools. So say OK to that, and then pick the part. And for now I'll just go with the defaults. I would say compute, and now you see it's computed, and I have the user representation, and I can simulate. So that's how you use it. And we can also create another operation, a drilling operation, since we have the drilling tool created. So we go to axial, create a drilling, now we pick the features, the part. There are much more efficient ways to pick up those features as well. And I'm just going to change the cutting tool here to a drill type, and it's an assembly. You need to pick these two, it's drilling, and then search for in the catalog. So that's the drilling equipment. So I would say OK to it, and preview the drill, compute, and when you play, there you have it. And that is how we create cutting tools, assemblies, and user representations, and how to save them to a catalog and apply them to a process. Thank you for your time, and hope this was helpful.